How many degrees are in a straight line? 0. Why 0? Because it's a straight line. Okay. Any other ideas? Okay, why do you think 180? Okay. Okay, so a circle, Eva said a circle is 360 degrees. So half of that would be 180. Okay? So let's see what that happens. What happens when we do that? Okay, so if I start right here at the red dot, okay, we know we talked about this last week, and the week before, that a full circle is how many degrees? 360. Okay, so that's 360. But what if I start at that same circle and I only go half of that? This, I have traveled along a what? A line, a straight line. So half of 360 divided by 2 is what? 180 degrees. So a straight line measures how much? 180 degrees. There you go. Okay? Alright, number 1. An isosceles triangle has two 50-degree angles. What is the measure of the third angle? And explain your answer. To explain, all I want you to do is draw your work, or show your work. Okay? So, what did we say that an isosceles triangle is? Two sides are the same. Oops. Two sides are the same. What else are the same? And two angles. So, two sides and two angles, yes, are, and then what's another word for the same? Yes, equal or congruent. Thank you. Or congruent. Very good. Alright, so I want you to draw a triangle, best you can. Okay, and I want you to draw these markings in it. Those markings mean that those two angles measure the same. Okay? Or you could draw two lines as long as the other one has two lines also. Okay? Whatever it is, it means that they are the same. Okay? What do we know about the measurement of those two angles? Yes? And they measure to be how much? 50 degrees each. So this is 50 degrees and that one's 50 degrees. Inside. They are interior angles. Okay? I'm going to draw a little arrow so that we're not confused. Alright, so those two interior angles are 50 degrees each. Okay, how are we going to solve this? Eva, what do you think? Why would we take it away from 180? All the interior angles, okay, we already said this, but the interior angles of a triangle measure to be how much? 180. Okay, so if I add 50 plus 50 plus this mystery angle, how much should I get? 180 degrees, right? Total, it should be 180 degrees. So Eva said, let's add 50 and 50 and subtract that sum from the total 180 degrees. Does that work? Okay, let's see what happens. So 50 degrees plus 50 degrees equals how much? 100 degrees. Make sure you put that degree sign in. And then Eva said, okay, well, let's take 180 degrees, subtract the total, which is 100, and how much does that give us? 80 degrees. Okay, now, if I go back to check it, 50 plus 50 plus 1, or plus 80 equals how much? 180 degrees, so that works. Man. There you go. Number 2. The angle of an isosceles triangle measures 100 degrees. What is the measure of the second and third angle? Okay, so I want you to draw a triangle again. Okay? This one measures, this interior angle measures 100 degrees this time. Okay? So with your table group, I want you to decide. So, how did your table group decide to solve this middle table? What'd you do? 180 minus 100 equals 80 degrees. Okay, why did you subtract it from 180? Okay, but why did you subtract it from 180? Why not 150 or 175? Okay, because 180 is the total interior angles. Okay, from there, what did you do? Why would you divide 80 by 2? Oh, because an isosceles triangle, we know that an isosceles triangle is what? Two angles and two sides are the same. Very good. So we know that these two angles right here, here and here, have to be the same. So we divide it by 2 to give us how much? 40 degrees. So each one of those angle measurements is 40 degrees. Keston, how did you solve this first triangle? Oops. Hold on. Hey, we are discussing 180 minus 15 minus 135. Okay, and what did that give you? 30 what? Degrees. Okay, why would Keston subtract 15 and 135 from 180? To figure out the other degrees, right? I'm taking my total, 180, subtracting what I have, and that's going to give me my missing angle, right? Okay, how is this different than what how we've solved them before? Because we didn't add the two numbers together and then subtract it from our total. We just took out that middle step and just subtracted from our total. Okay? How many of you also got 130? Or excuse me, 30. Okay, so does this method work? Yes. 30 degrees. Very good. All right, what about this one? Abby Pittman, how did you solve this one? Okay, she said 180 divided by 3. Why would she divide by 3, Eric? Because it's the three angles. And what do we know about those three angles? They're equal. They're all the same. So I can divide by 3 because it's 3 equal parts, right? So how many degrees does that give me? 60 degrees. Y'all agree? Very good. Good job. All right, what about this one? Same thing, right? Okay, what did you get for the missing angle? 125. Okay, add the 25 and 30, subtract it from 180, and you get 125. Okay, and then the last two, what'd you get for the one with 51 and 62 degrees? 67 degrees. Very good. And then this last one. 63 or 36? 36. 36. Very good. All right. Now I've given you what types of angles? Interior, how many of them? All 3. And you're solving now for the what? One exterior angle. So with your table group, I want you to discuss how can you solve for that exterior angle. So this angle right here, it has to do with this interior angle. This part of the triangle right here is a straight line. So from this point all the way across to the other side of the straight angle equals 180 degrees, because a straight line is 180 degrees. So I can take my straight line measurement, 180 degrees, and subtract my interior angle, because all it is measuring this part of the straight line. So minus 51, which gives me 129 degrees. So that measures angle 1, my exterior angle.